submitting myself to the Supreme Personality, Bhagwan Shri Swaminarayan. Jai Swaminarayan. Dear students, whether we all notice it or not, but God gives us a chance to prove ourselves. Today let's have a short look through this great charita. Once there lived a staunch and a brave devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, namely Surakhatar. Surakhatar was the king of Loya and was widely known to be the dearest friend of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. Both Brahmanand Swami and Surakhatar were the only two who would crack jokes to bring a smile on Bhagwan Swaminarayan's face and burst out everyone into laughter. Surakhatar was a person with a great sense of humor. He and his wife Shantabai were the great devotees of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, where on many occasions they had invited Bhagwan Swaminarayan along with a group of 400 saints and many devotees to their royal residence. The most famous among them was the very first ever Shakotsav, the festival of food, which was celebrated in Loya for continuously 18 days. Dear students, on many occasions, Surakhatar was being praised by Bhagwan Swaminarayan. Let's see what made Bhagwan Swaminarayan praise Surakhatar these many times. Once, Bhagwan Swaminarayan wrote an instant letter to his 17 devotees. Among the list of these 17 devotees, few were the royal kings. Addressing these devotees, Bhagwan Swaminarayan wrote, "On reading this letter, leave your houses, leave your princely rule and all the activities that you are doing, and immediately go to Jetalpur. There initiate yourself before Ramdas Bhai and turn out into a saint, and then reach to me at Bhuj." Among the list of these 17 devotees, Surakhatar's name was also been mentioned. After getting this letter, all the 17 devotees got transformed themselves into a saint and then reached Bhuj. On reaching Bhuj, they performed Danvat Pranam before Bhagwan Swaminarayan. By seeing their firm faith on God's command, Bhagwan Swaminarayan showered his blessings on everyone and then asked them to go back into their householder life and continue their life as before. But before leaving towards their native, along with Surakhatar, few other devotees made a commitment to themselves that from today we'll be following Brahmacharya throughout our life. The kings, devotees and villagers were aware of Surakhatar's commitment. But once Surakhatar for some official work, he went to meet Vatsurkhatar, the king of Jasdan. On reaching there, it was almost late evening. That night, Vatsurkhatar and Surakhatar had a very good conversation in between. And at the end of the conversation, Vatsurkhatar said to Surakhatar, "Oh my dear friend, today you are guest at our home, so I have arranged a special guest house for you to stay tonight." But whereas on the other side, Vatsurkhatar was inwardly jealous of Bhagwan Swaminarayan and his devotees. Vatsurkhatar then directed Surakhatar toward the path of guest house, which was situated in a solitary place, and thought that this is the very good opportunity to defame the character of Surakhatar and break his brahmacharya. Whereas Surakhatar, remembering Bhagwan Swaminarayan riding on his horse, he finally reached the guest house. On reaching there, he got freshed up, performed Mansi Puja, and remembering Bhagwan Swaminarayan, he went deep into sleep. Whereas here, according to the plan and the conspiracy of Vatsurkhatar, Vatsurkhatar had prepared a prostitute to defame the character of Surakhatar and break his brahmacharya. Whereas Surakhatar was unaware of all this and was deep into the sleep. That midnight, around by 12 a.m., Surakhatar heard a sound, someone knocking at his door frequently. He got up from his sleep, where he heard a sound of a woman pleading for shelter tonight, saying that my child is sick and I need a shelter tonight. Although being a devotee of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, with a kind heart, Surakhatar went and opened the door. where he saw the woman still pleading for shelter. Surakarta said, "It's fine, okay. You get into the house and stay tonight, and I'll be staying outside." The moment Surakarta stepped a foot outside the house, this prostitute woman started some mischievous behavior with Surakarta. Surakarta now understood the evil intent of this woman, so he took out his sword and kept it on her neck. Seeing such a ferocious face of Surakarta, this prostitute woman stopped all her mischievous behavior and stepped backward. She started shivering. Surakarta asked her, "Tell me who sent you here?" The prostitute woman with a folded hand said that, "I am really sorry, but I am planned to spoil your character." Surakarta once again asked her, "Tell me who sent you here?" She replied, "It's none other than the village chief Vatsurkarta." Now Surakarta was to be seen in a mood of warrior. But the war was not between Surakarta and the prostitute woman, or between Surakarta or Vatsurkarta or someone else, but the war was with his inner enemies. The very that moment, Surakarta said to the lady, "You get lost from here," and the prostitute woman left the house. Out of frustration, angry, Surakarta thought that, "What's happening all this?" Immediately, without informing anyone, Surakarta, riding on his horse, he left Jazdan and reached to Loya. From the very that incident, Surakarta didn't keep any kind of relation with Vatsurkarta. Days later, Surakarta went to Gadpur to have the darshan and satsang of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. On entering into the darbar of Dada Khacher, Surakarta saw Bhagwan Swaminarayan seated under the neem tree on a holy stage surrounded by many saints and devotees, where Bhagwan Swaminarayan was delivering spiritual discourses before the assembly. Seeing Surakarta coming towards him, Maharaj stopped everything and asked the assembly that, "Have you ever seen a Jati?" Dear students, Jati means Brahmachari, the one who follows Brahmacharya. Maharaj said, "Look over my lawn like Jati is coming," where everyone turned around and saw Surakarta. Surakarta then came towards Maharaj, did Danvat Pranam. Bhagwan Swaminarayan then stood up, embraced Surakarta and showered his blessings onto him. Maharaj then narrated the complete incident that happened with Surakarta before the assembly and declared that, "See my lawn like brave devotee Surakarta, he did not give up his brahmacharya even in a critical situation." Dear students, Bhagwan Swaminarayan had commanded in Shikshapatri, Shlok number 18, which states that, "Vyabhicharo na kartavya pumbhi stribhyascha mam shritehi," which means all my male and female devotees shall never commit adultery. And we have witnessed in this charitra that Surakarta did not give up his brahmacharya even in a critical situation. Now the question arises that how could Surakarta stay so strong even in such a character breaking circumstances? It is just because of the commitment that Surakarta had made to himself early before, that in any circumstances, in any situation, I will never give up Panchvartaman. Dear students, let me ask you a question. Have you ever made such a commitment to yourself like Surakarta? That when you go to your college life or when you go into your household life, you will never take any step which puts a big dark spot on your character. You will never spoil your character. Have you ever made a commitment to yourself? And if you had made it today, then definitely you can stay strong in such circumstances. And it would be only possible when you have mental vision of seeing every woman except your wife as mother, sister and daughter. For Surakarta, the circumstances were different, and for you, they will be different. But remember, the values and principle remains the same forever. So dear students, now let's get spiritually awakened and make a strong commitment like Surakhata that not to commit adultery at any cost. So let's all of us follow Panchavartaman and command of Bhagwan Swaminarayan strongly enough, by which Bhagwan Swaminarayan and all the saints are placed on us. Thank you. Jai Swaminarayan.